Well, a home is one of the most significant purchases people will make in their lifetime, but the road to owning one is paved with decisions with much to ponder. Should you work with a mortgage broker or not? Here to discuss is Peter Sashecki from Everything Financial. Good morning, Peter. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you.
Good morning, Carrie.
Okay, so as a financial planner, how often do you hear people say or asking if they need to use a mortgage broker?
It's becoming more and more in the last few years versus what it has been, say, over the last 10 years. They're starting to ask questions about, why shouldn't I just go to my bank? They already sent me the renewal letter. What's the difference in a mortgage broker? So they're starting to ask the questions because of interest rates and inflation that we've had that's been crazy for the last few years. So they're looking at every angle to go, what's the difference? Can I save money?
Okay, so can you just outline that quickly? Like, what does a mortgage broker do that's different than the person at the bank?
Yeah, a mortgage broker can shop somewhere between 50 and 100 different lenders, get competition going, and find out what is the best rate for you and your situation as well. But not only that, Carrie, a mortgage broker can actually get you a better rate at your own bank than the bank will give you off the shelf from the salesperson at the bank. And that's key, because maybe you don't want to move banks, or maybe you can't move banks for certain reasons, what you're tied into some other things, but they're still not giving you the best rate. And a mortgage broker can get you that and get you, maybe save you a quarter to half a point at your own branch.
Yeah, and that could total hundreds of dollars. Okay, so who should use a mortgage broker and why?
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody should use a mortgage broker. People used to think, Carrie, that the mortgage broker was because they couldn't get a deal with their bank. So, I better go to a broker. That's not the case. That's a misconception that's kind of been urban myth kind of thing. I said, go like we talk about all the other things with portfolio managers and all the other things we talk about. Same thing with a mortgage broker. Going to a mortgage broker, but you want to find one that's a fiduciary that has to act in your best interest, not the best interest of the company maybe they work for, if they work for a certain company, and find you the best rate for your situation. You're talking, like you said in the opening, about probably your biggest purchase. If this is your biggest purchase, why not get the best deal you can with the lowest fees, the lowest rate, and the best structure? It's not 5-year mortgage, people, is not the be all and end all. And in fact, 99 times out of 100, you shouldn't even get a 5-year mortgage because of so many other situations, fees, etc. I said, so everyone should use a mortgage broker, but the key, ask up front what the fees and what the commissions are, instead of waiting till you're at the office signing the fine print and you look on the very bottom line and you realize, I'm paying more in commissions for the 5-year versus the 3-year. Ask those things up front so you have all the information early on in the process to make the right decision.
What are some common misconceptions about mortgage brokers, things that maybe people don't even know about?
That they only use a few select lenders, that they can't deal with the banks. Those are some common, misconceptions. Or I'm using them because I can't get approved, like I'm a bad financial risk or I have bad credit. And that's what people think. And that's not the case. It's just an independent way of getting your mortgage versus being stuck to the one institution you're maybe already dealing with.
Interesting. Lots to think about when making a purchase. But as we said, it's a huge amount of money that you're spending on a home. And so you want to make sure you can keep as much as your money as you can.
Well, yeah, there's an incident happened the other day with someone where the bank was trying to get this person a 2-year mortgage, and she didn't need a 2-year mortgage because the property's going to be sold in the next year. She needed a 1-year mortgage, but the bank's going, well, look how much lower the rate is. The problem is, if she sells the house, the fees are going to be through the roof to cancel the mortgage. So you got to go in with the whole story to make sure you get the right product for you.
Interesting. Good to know. Lots of questions to ask. Peter Sashecki with Everything Financial. Thanks for answering some of those questions for us this morning.
Thanks, Carrie. Have a great day.
Yep, you too.